Welcome back to another episode of Aussie Google Earth Explorer. Today's ep, we're doing more random towns, all right? You guys have been loving the random towns. And just looking at New South Wales here, a couple of jumping off the map. I think we got to go to Lightning Ridge. I think we got to go to Lightning Ridge for a couple of reasons. One, a few people have been hitting me in the DM saying go Lightning Ridge. And two, you cannot argue that Lightning Ridge hasn't got the coolest name. Easily, towns in New South Wales, towns in Australia, Lightning Ridge. It's called Lightning Ridge, for crying out loud. How are you going to beat that? And it looks like, it looks dry. People don't have swimming pools in their backyards in Lightning Ridge. I'm not even zoomed in yet, but if I find someone with a swimming pool in their backyard, that is a corrupt town mayor, I guarantee you. Although they do a lot of mining out here, so a lot of people got money. But look at this. Look how the land looks out here. I presume this is all opal mining or something. Yeah, 3 mine opal out here. Grey and black opal jewellery. And this looks like this is all prospecting, or this has all been mined. But are people living out here? These are homes? This is interesting. These are homes, but it's kind of within. It almost looks like a bit like a shanty town. If you live in Lightning Ridge or know anyone that lives there or has been there, just try and describe what the setup is like, because this doesn't look like any other town that I've ever seen or been to. You know, there's no town planning here. This is a town planning free zone, right? Town planning free zone in Lightning Ridge. But if I'm coming into Lightning Ridge, let's check it out. I got the Lightning Ridge Airport. Okay, nice. Fanging into Lightning Ridge here. And the town appears to be on my right-hand side. Okay, let's have a little look at the town of Lightning Ridge here. Town of Lightning Ridge. Now, I said no swimming pools, and I've already lost the bet because there's a couple. All right, there's a couple. If you live in number 5, whatever street here, mate, showing off to the neighbours, although that is quite a small pool. That would be what you describe in the modern day as a lap pool, I believe, or a plunge pool. If you're getting a plunge pool in your new build, wake up to yourself. Just don't get a pool, mate. It's like a bath outside. Stupid idea, plunge pools. Alrighty, what do we got here? Let's little zoom in here. Let's have a look around in Lightning Ridge. It's very dry. It's very, very dry indeed. Okay, we got the Lightning Ridge Olympic Pool here. A Lightning Ridge Olympic Pool, and ladies and gentlemen, she's green as it could possibly be. It's greener than the grass. The Lightning Ridge Olympic Pool is greener than the grass. Now, I don't know if this is some sort of Olympic training facility, perhaps. I mean, the next Olympics, is it LA? I think it might be LA. This potentially could be a way to train in the toxic waste that is Los Angeles. You know, they might have done some water sampling in LA and thought, let's bring it back to Lightning Ridge and you know, train. Who have we got on the team? Their names are escaping me massively right now. But the girls win gold. That's all I know. The girls win gold. And they're going to be winning gold in the next Olympics as well. A lot of opal sort of names here. Gem cut, lapidary supplies. It's all gemstones, right? Chase and Opal Holiday Park. It's all about opals. This town, Lightning Ridge, has more opal puns in the names of their town than a normal town does at Thai restaurants. I love a punny Thai restaurant name. Thai-rific, Titanic, you know, those are the only two I can think of. Thai-rific and Titanic. Look, if there'd be a Titanic near you or a Thai-rific near you, pop in there and get your green curry chicken. Because let's be honest, we know you're only buying 2 things. It's either that or musman beef. You're not that adventurous. Relax. You're only getting those 2 things. If you're a white person and you walk into a Thai restaurant, they start making a green curry chicken and they just in case I'll put a musman beef on. Just in case I'll put a musman beef on. You walk up there, you go, can I please have it? And the lady's already written it down. All right. Same thing as if you go in an Indian restaurant. They got the butter chicken on deck, mate. All right. They got that they got about 50 liters of butter chicken and maybe like 100 grams of everything else. Because let's get real here. That's all you guys are getting at, a garlic and cheese naan, you sickos. All right, Lightning Ridge Pony Club Bull and Bronx. Okay, not Broncos, Bronx. I'd love to go here. I would love to visit this. This would be a fun country experience. All right, be a bit of rum drinking out here. A bit of would people punch on here? Is punching on okay in Lightning Ridge? You don't see many fights anymore. People don't really fight. Probably for the best. It's pretty stupid. I live in Sydney, and the only people you actually see fighting in the city of Sydney are Irish and English guys. Pretty much that's it. You never see people punching on anymore. It's kind of like, it's a bit frowned upon to do that. I'm sure it's different out in the suburbs. There'd be more blues out there. But, mate, in the city of Sydney, pretty much no more punch-ons as far as I can see. And that's Lightning Ridge. It's dry. There's opals. We've got the Olympic swimming pool. And a couple of people have got backyard pools. And the Bronx. We can't forget about the Bronx. Love the Bronx. Now, let's just zoom out here. Let's do a couple more, right? Let's zoom out. Now, we're going to stick to New South Wales for this video. We're not going to go too crazy. And we will get around. We will go to, South Australia. Gun to my head, I will look at South Australia. But let's be honest, South Australia produces more freaks than anywhere else in Australia. I don't know what it is, all right? But all the serial killers have come from South Australia. If you're from South Australia, don't watch my videos, all right? Because, I don't want to get on your bad side or anything like that. All right, let's go to, where are we going to go? Let's go to Broken Hill. I'm loving the name Broken Hill. Never been here before. It's kind of probably similar to Lightning Ridge, I reckon. It's dry. There's a bloody massive mine in the middle of it. Wow, that is unexpected. This is a town built around a huge mine. There's no other way of describing what I'm seeing right now. Wow, that's a big mine in the middle of the town. Where I'm from, obviously, as a kid, you're walking around a small country town looking for things to do. Imagine the fun you could have throwing rocks down a mine pit, an old mine shaft. Not that you could get in here, obviously. This is this would be a super, super hard. Oh, mate, 3D mine. Okay, 3D mine. I love that Google has decided to just 3D map the mine. The rest of the town, no chance, no one cares. But the mine, you get some 3D action. But yeah, you wouldn't be able to get anywhere close to this, throw any rocks down that. Unfortunate, because, as a guy, I see a hole in the ground, I want to throw a rock down it. I don't know what it is. It's in my bones, mate. It's in my blood. I see a body of water, I want to get a rock in that thing. I see a hole, I want to throw a rock down that thing. Can't help myself. But Broken Hill is a mining town. It is clearly a mining town here. Is this solar? Whoa, this is sick. This is I presume, a solar farm here in Broken Hill. That is really cool. I've never seen one of those before. That kind of looks like a B-52. Is that what they call B-52 bomber? That plane, the stealth bomber. We should do an episode all about solar farms because they look cool from Google Earth here. I've never been to one of those. We got Crystal Mining Australia Limited here. It's just mining everywhere, mate. It's just mining. Let's go into the actual city centre because I feel like, once you see one mine, you've seen them all. Although I do like mines, but let's get into the meat and potatoes of Broken Hill. Alrighty, what do we got here? We got the club rooms at Zinc Oval. Got the club rooms at Zinc Oval here. Zinc Oval, that's where you're playing your A grade cricket, B grade. I was more of a D grade type operator, thinking I would knock my bat in. Guys, if you played cricket as a kid, I'd be knocking my bat in for about 15 hours during the week to get out there and get a golden duck. Or I've actually got a diamond duck before. A diamond duck. You get a diamond duck in D grade cricket, when you're like 13 years old, you probably think that's the end of your life. Pack it up. Pack it up there. Because it doesn't get any easier. Definitely doesn't get any easier than that. Mate, I just can't get over how big this friggin' mine is. It's right in the middle of the town here. All right, what do we got here? Pizzeria, Mamma Mia, Pizzeria, Broken Hill. I reckon they do it. They do a tasty little, capucciano, maybe a little margarita there. Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Anything interesting we can see in Broken Hill? Anything interesting we can see? Let's try and find something. Let's try and find something of note. Oh, cool. Okay, so Broken Hill is rocking the dirt golf course here. All right, they are rocking the dirt golf course. And I believe actually that these greens are full of diesel, and you put diesel and dirt together. If you get diesel and dirt and you can rake it, it goes really smooth. I believe that's how they do it. This is a dirt green golf course here. And look, the amount of money this joint's making, as if they can't just get some water and water that. I know it's stupid, it's dry out here, but come on, mate. Surely the people that work in these mines are rich enough they'll chip in a little bit and get some water on this thing. The South Broken Hill Golf Club. Maybe there's a North Broken Hill Golf Club. Maybe there's another golf club or something. I feel like I'm not doing Broken Hill justice here. Let's have another little look in here. We've got some playing fields. Okay, we've got the Norm Fox Oval. Lot of netball courts. All right, imagine this on a Saturday morning. The mum screaming. The collective noise of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 netball courts in Broken Hill on a Saturday morning, ladies and gentlemen, the collective noise that the mothers would make on the sidelines. Cochlear ear implant, needed. It's going to be loud, all right? It's going to be loud. If you've ever seen a flock of budgerigars, no, cockatoos, white cockatoos, similar sort of decibel level, if you will, at the Broken Hill netball courts. Here if you need. This is probably where you'd sort of just the boys would come here, or boys and girls, you ride a little mountain bike around here in Broken Hill. Soccer complex, Broken Hill. It's all kind of pretty standard. Why is there? Oh no, I thought that was 3D there for a second. Jubilee Oval. Why is there so many Jubilee Ovals in Australia? There's the two ovals that you see everywhere are Jubilee Oval and Apex Oval or Apex Park. Jubilee and Apex. I don't know who the Jubilee and Apex people are, but my God, they're over-indexing in the oval game. All right, they're over-indexed massively, as far as I'm concerned. All right, anything else we got here? Anything else we got from Broken Hill? What do they got over here, the Broken Hill Outback View Holiday Park? Okay, it's little, put your caravan there. A nice little pool there, cool off. And you got a nice view of the outback there at the Broken Hill Outback Park. Love it. I like Broken Hill. I'd like to visit there one day. I like these towns. Here we go. Broken Hill Speedway. I love these sort of places. Speedways are super fun, man. Speedways are fun. The jet boats and the speedways. Look at this. Look at these cars next to the speedway. Look at all these cars that they've got lined up here. You know what would be a fun way of doing the Broken Hill Speedway? It's the Broken Hill Broken Car Speedway. You come here, they'll give you an hour and a selection of tools. You've got to get one of these things going, and then you race them on this. The Broken Hill Broken Car Race. I'd love to see that. Make a little YouTube series, get one of these rust buckets moving again, and you can race it on this track here. That's a brilliant idea. I'm smart. All right, one more town here. We're going to do one more town, then I've got to make dinner. I'm doing basil chicken tonight, trying to replicate. Actually, yeah, look at me go. I was saying before, all white people get green curry chicken and Mossman beef. Mate, basil chicken over here. That's probably the third most ordered dish on my high pedestal there. All right, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go to Willcany. Interesting. Willcany, mate. No, Willcany's small. Willcany is really small. I doubt anyone's ever going to know anywhere of Willcany here, but we'll give it a crack, right? We'll give it a crack. What's Willcany got, right? It's got a river. That's always good. I've talked about rivers. Oh, they've got a bridge here. The Willcany Centre Lift Bridge. This would have been huge when they put this highway in here because you'd have to lift this thing up all the time to get boats through or whatever. Probably one lane, let the trucks through. So they put this bridge here. That would have been big news. Bloody Willcany. Would have pumped. Willcany swimming pool. I'm seeing a common theme here. All right. Green swimming public pools is a direct correlation probably between ability to swim well. Although they do live on a river. And actually, a town I'm from, learn to swim in the river. If you can stay alive in a country river with the amount of like snags and undertows and just the general feeling of swimming in fresh water compared to salt water is so different. So if you can actually swim well in a freshwater river, mate, you pretty much sign me up for the Olympic trials. It's not much different. What's this little thing here? The Willcany Showground drive-through pop-up cinema, maybe. Okay, a little pop-up cinema. Is that what this is? Little pop-up cinema, Willcany. You don't hear much about Willcany, do you? Yeah, probably for good reason. And they've also got a pop-up clinic. A lot of pop-up things here. All right, a lot of pop-up things. Not exactly it's not exactly an inspiring town, is it? Willcany. And everyone's sort of the fence is being utilised. A fencing sort of place here. Anything else we can see in Willcany before we end this video? Because I feel like we're kind of hit a bit of a dead end here. No offense to you. Willcany. Let's have a look here. What have we got? The Warrawong on the Darling Holiday Park. This is more my style. Okay, more my style. These are all the little individual campsites. This will actually be quite nice. I'm into this. This is Willcany. And we've just looked at the town. There's not much there, but the Warrawong on the Darling Holiday Park, it's got quite a nice little system here where I presume you drive your caravan in there or you can camp and you got your little sites on the Darling River. I'd love that. Be fishing all day, trying to catch cod. I'd be using cheese, no doubt. Although this looks like it is a lagoon or like a billabong. So I don't know if that's actually connected up to the main river. So I don't know how many fish would be in that. Not as many as if you're fishing in the main thing, but still pretty cool. I think that might be it. Hold on. Is there a Willcany Golf Club? Where is it? Willcany Golf Club? There's no golf course. Well, there's no golf course. Oh, no, there is. This is the golf club, is it? Oh, wow. This is a weird looking golf club. Oh, it's just kind of like, it looks like a fire's just sort of ripped through here. This is like a backburn this out or something. Wonder how they, oh, is someone playing here? What's going on there? Oh, no, looks like a tractor. Maybe. Got the 3 tees here. Ladies at the front, members at the back. That's where the Tiger tees, the pros tee off. I'll tell you what have they got? The PGA Championship just finished. I'm pretty sure Scotty Scheffler won it. Wonder what Scotty Chef would shoot at the Willcany Golf Club on these greens, mate. You know, get the boys down here and see if they can go under here. Course record. What's the course record at the Willcany Golf Club? I would love to know what that is. Interesting. Willcany. All right, that's it for now. Good chatting to yous, and I'll see you on the next video. Oh, see ya.